We're Biscuiteers, the original hand-iced biscuit company. Each year we ice around 3 million biscuits by hand, and we're sharing some of our tips and tricks to help you become a master icer. Today we'll be showing you the art of filling and preparing your icing bag, one of the most important things to learn when icing biscuits. To follow along, you'll need a piping bag, some line icing, flood icing and a pair of scissors. Open up the piping bag by placing one hand inside before folding the top of the piping bag over your other hand. This makes filling it with icing much easier and keeps the opening of the bag clean. Hold the piping bag under the folded edge with one hand, then use the other hand to spoon the icing into the piping bag, sliding the spoon against the side of the bag to remove the icing from it. It doesn't need to be pushed right down to the bottom just yet. You want the icing bag to be about 2/3 full. Pull the folded edges back over and push the icing down towards the bottom of the icing bag, ensuring there's no air trapped inside. Then twist the open end tightly before tying a knot in it. Now we're going to fill our icing bag with flood icing. Again, take the icing bag and place one hand around the outside before folding the end of the piping bag back over it. As flood icing is runnier than line icing, instead of spooning it into the piping bag, you can carefully pour it in. Once you've added the flood icing, pull the edge of the piping bag back round and use one hand to hold it closed. Use the other hand to push the icing down to the end of the piping bag and twist the open end of the bag tightly before tying a knot in it. Make a small cut at the very end of the piping bag, keeping it as close to the bottom as possible. Next, trim down the seam at the end of the bag. This creates a clean edge and allows you to see the smaller details you are icing. Pinch and put pressure on the end of the piping bag so that a small amount of icing comes out. Then pinch again to create a clean opening. Your piping bag is now ready to use. Now you have a bag of prepared icing, why not practice using it? Head over to our channel where you can find videos on how to use line icing and flood icing and more detailed tutorials on icing techniques including writing with icing, how to ice details and how to do the feathering technique.